A pleasure to meet all at last, and welcome back to Nerf Secrets Revealed Distance Gauge Part 2. In 2015, Zombie Strike was probably one of the biggest that Nerf ever had to offer. Its debut 2 years prior with blasters including the Hammer Shot and Sledgefire simply proved that a whole new series of blasters could possibly be made. Hundreds of ideas could ever come by with the old school zombie apocalypse theme. But if I ever have to simply gratify a nice new idea that Hasbro brought up while at the same time ripping off a classic well-known toy, it's time to bring along the Bio Squad blasters. Only two were ever put into release, the Eraser and the Abolisher. So today, let's get started by talking a bit about the Eraser. This is basically a single shot blaster with a nice large compartment that is made specifically for housing the Bio Squad repellent spray. This repellent spray is in fact what you think it is, a complete ripoff of Silly String. Of course, with the unique marketing and large label that they put on this, they sure went out of their way to simply call this as much of an original idea as possible. And I don't really know how Silly Strings themselves, or at least the company that had Silly Strings in their possession, would ever respond to this. But at the same time, I'm not here willing to argue about anything related to the economy or how business practices take place, because I can never provide a single regulation on this stuff, as I have no higher authority of any kind. I'm only here specifically to talk about the blaster itself. We're going to be doing the dart test first, but stick around because I will have a bonus. We're going to be trying the repellent spray in action. We could see what kind of results come out of it. But first, let's go ahead and point the camera down there, and as I grab a hold of some more darts, you could basically see downrange that it extends up to 100 feet. This white meter will basically show us a nice baseline of what kind of performance the Eraser can utilize. And I'm going to be able to fire 6 darts downrange. And because there's only one barrel, it's pretty much going to be like reloading a Jolt or other such blaster with only a single barrel. So let's go ahead and try this out. Not a good start, but let's carry on. Wow, that went way further. That's the third one. And number 4. Not bad, I guess. Number 5. And 6. So let's get it on by going all the way down there. Starting at 0 feet, obviously. From the start of each test, we're going to be determining the low, middle, and high rankings of a blaster's performance. We look down at the ground. This dart went at a measly 23 feet, which is certainly not a good start. But, however, things do get better as we go along here. We got more darts coming down to a marking of around 40 feet, which certainly is an improvement by any means. We're going to go and look for the last dart, the one that went the furthest. And I'm more than sure that it actually gave us some solid performance. And there it is, right in the middle of the crabapple patch, 57 feet. So with that in mind, that basically is the Eraser in terms of its dart performance. With utilizing an air bladder and a large pump on the bottom, a single barrel, it doesn't necessarily do a whole lot to make many people thrilled. But the real fun's going to come now, with the usage of the Silly String rip-off. Now we're fully reset and we're ready to use the repellent spray, which is as simple as removing the cap and then placing it inside the blaster. Just like that. Fits snugly in there, hard to come off, and well, The green trigger, as you can see, is how it shoots. That's messy. But let's just see how it actually did. It doesn't really look like it went very far. Man, that is definitely a mess. So, with that in mind, we only get 12 feet. Now, if you ask me, that sure is very, very weak compared to the darts. 12 feet versus 57 feet certainly is not a lot to go by. Then again, we have yet to see what other dart blasters have performance in. But as far as I'm concerned, the silly string ripoff known as zombie repellent, not good for performance fans like myself. As disappointing as it might sound, it was kind of what we expected from the get-go. Zombie repellent sure is not a good thing for such things as performance. But hey, at least the darts were able to help make up for this. A 57-foot long shot at maximum probably is something that we should be able to expect from most blasters these days. And I'm more than sure that in the future Hasbro will eventually create blasters that are even more powerful than what we've already gotten. If they could make something that's much more performance based as Ultra, then they could certainly earn much more money. But many competitors are out there. Buzzbee, Dart Zone, and many things out there. All the people out there that simply say, don't go buy Nerf, they are going to come back one day. They will do better. And I know that for sure. If I could prove that a Zombie Strike Eraser could create a 57-foot long shot, then I'm sure someday people will understand. It's not all about the money. It's also about entertaining the many people who are fans of this toy line. Until that happens though, I will get to the Abolisher at some point. Until then, make sure that you like, subscribe, comment, follow me on social media, and stay on the Hollywood side if you'd like to see more.